So we are here with the philosophy of open science, which is connected to open infrastructure, and organizations as ZCI has been catalysts for this endeavor of sharing resources. So in the following speaker, we will have Jesica Formoso from the Catalyst project that will bring us more about the initiatives that are running right now in the sense of sharing infrastructure, but specifically to the high computer part. So Jessica is not able to be here today with us because some delays in the traveling, but she managed to send us this video, so we will share the video with you. Please.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, organizers, for inviting the Catalyst project to present here, and also for allowing me to present this way. Due to unforeseen circumstances, I could not attend in person, so thank you for this. So I'm here to tell you a little bit about the Catalyst project. This project is a pilot, community-focused initiative dedicated to advancing open science principles in biomedical research community, specifically from Latin America and Africa. And it does so by providing access to interactive cloud computing infrastructure for research. Please note that I say it is a pilot project and that it serves biomedical research communities rather than bioimaging community. These two aspects are key to understand Catalyst in the context of this conference. I am Jesica Formoso, a cognitive psychologist, a psychometrist, and a researcher at CONICET in Argentina. Within the Catalyst project, I am an instructor trainer, and at MetaDocencia, I am part of the executive team, and I coordinate impact measurement. Today, I am representing MetaDocencia's work in the Catalyst project. This project is the result of the collaboration between this group of communities. I2C, Centro de Cómputo de Alto Desempeño at the National University of Córdoba in Argentina, the Carpentries, the Center for Scientific Collaboration and Community Engagement, which is PSCCE, IOL, Invest in Open Infrastructure, OLS, Open Life Science, and MetaDocencia, with funding from the Chance Zuckerberg Initiative. It is a 2-year project that finalizes in November of 2025, even though most communities, among them MetaDocencia, finished their participation in March of 2025. So what does the Catalyst project do? Like I mentioned before, it provides interactive cloud computing infrastructure to research communities and practice groups. The Catalyst infrastructure is built on Google Cloud for Latin America and Amazon Web Services for Africa. At least for 1 year, the costs are absorbed by I2C, which is the organization providing this hub service. And additionally, what makes it more interesting or more special, I would say, is that the infrastructure is open source and it includes a right to replicate, which means communities can at any point transfer their whole setup to other providers if they need or want to. So Catalyst provides the service and the space to create the hub, how to set up the hub, and after it is set up, one can access all that and transfer it to a new provider if we wish to. In fact, el Centro de Cómputo de Alto Desempeño at the National University of Córdoba is funded through Catalyst to learn how the I2C model works in order to deploy those Jupyter-based infrastructures, but on local servers. This way, we would be able to eliminate the cost of private cloud such as Google and Amazon and set up these services, for example, in public university clusters. This addresses some of the main challenges faced in accessing these services. For example, limited local computing capacity and the high cost associated with major cloud service providers. During this pilot phase, Catalyst has engaged 10 communities from Africa and 10 communities from Latin America, which are the ones you're looking at in the screen. In Latin America, MetaDocencia led the recruitment effort, aiming to include both networks such as LABI and CabanaNet, and smaller individual groups such as Unitefa. The project not only provides access to this infrastructure, but also training opportunities in different areas. On one side, we have training to teach participants technical skills for accessing and working with the cloud infrastructure. Then we have training to teach them how to teach others in their community how to administer the cloud hub. And then we have training on basic concepts regarding open science and open practice. At this stage, where practically all onboarded communities have access to the hub, the effort is focused on providing training. For example, in September, MetaDocencia will be teaching the carpentry instructor training for Catalyst communities in Spanish. If you're not familiar with the carpentry instructor training, it is a program that introduces participants to evidence-based teaching practices. And after a short training and a series of checkup steps, the participant can get certified as a carpentry instructor. This is usually in English, but we will be doing it in Spanish to allow people that are non-English speakers to get certified as well. Something worth noting is that with the exception of the open science training, which was led by Open Life Science and in English, the other workshops or training that were led, that were carried on within the Catalyst project were conducted also in Spanish. So additionally, the project has a website that features blog posts in Spanish and communications in Spanish. In this way, the project tries to reduce the language barrier. Not part of the Catalyst project, but in part thanks to the Catalyst project, MetaDocencia realized that there was a need for open science training in Spanish. So we launched virtual open science trainings that are 100% in Spanish and that are supported and certified by NASA. We're currently about to launch the second cohort, which includes 6 virtual meetings where we cover various topics related to open science and open practices. If you want to register to this free course, you can follow the link in the QR code. The special thing about this course is that after you complete the course and you complete 5 assessment forms, you get certified by NASA apart from our certification. What have we learned by being part of Catalyst? And I apologize in advance if you expect a technical answer on how to store video images here. Our lessons, what we thought of this, is a lot more general, but we think that it's key to a fruitful collaboration between communities. To begin with, we believe that projects targeting regions like Latin America should be led predominantly by people from those regions, even when the projects are funded with external resources. This ensures that the unique regional challenges, as well as cultural and idiosyncratic factors, are fully understood and addressed. Without this local leadership, truly inclusive and effective solutions may be difficult to achieve. Another important aspect is the transparency regarding the funds for all parties involved. What the funds are, what they will be allocated to, but especially how the future of these projects are being thought of to give them continuity. Researchers that get involved in this kind of projects should have an idea of how long their involvement will be needed and will be secured, and what the perspective is for this project in the future. Relying on the voluntary work of researchers who are already overworked is not sustainable in the long term, and it may lead to exploitative practices. Projects like Catalyst require a lot of commitment from the people involved, and it is important that they have their time recognized, maybe through symbolic honoraria, if there is not an actual salary. It is crucial to be aware of performative inclusion, where researchers who are unaware of local challenges think of solutions that are too far away from what we actually need, from what the region actually needs, and that is something that occurs. It's a very, very frequent. So instead, we must foster genuine collaboration and respect for the knowledge and contribution of local researchers, ensuring that their voices are not only heard but also valued and uplifted in the global scientific community. And we would like to argue that this can only happen when researchers from and at the region of interest are the majority at the decision-making tables, and when the local entities are receiving most of the funding. And to get to this point, true collaboration within the community is key. Creating networks such as LABI, using our position and our influence to make sure we have regional representation where it matters, such as boards and committees, basically help each other move forward. Well, sadly, I was not able to be present to answer your questions, but if you have any, please write to us at catalyst@metadociencia.org or check out the project website at catalystproject.cloud. Also, our materials are always open, which means that you can find them and reuse it if you wish to. So if you want to revisit this presentation or you want to use it for whatever purpose you have in mind, you can find it by following that QR code you're looking at right now, or the link of the Zenodo record. Well, I hope you found this presentation interesting, and again, thank you so much for inviting us here, and hopefully I'll get to meet you in person at some point. And we can conclude the presentation. Bye.